product engineer interns recently asked me many times, it came as a point of discussions, how to make the information, the real technical key information, stay on top of the head when working on this, how we should understand that. Now we understood what we need to do, how we can know that, because we feel that there are a lot of things, a lot of moving parts in a project, and it's keep going. So one thing I always say, make sure you understand what we are doing, what the problem we are solving, right? So if we are working on enterprise identity manager, then we know what enterprise means here, what identity means here, and what manager means here, like that. If we are working on a data science project, and in that specific data science project, we know these specific data we need to work in, these are our research questions, and these are our subject matter area where we need to dive in to figure out the answer of research question. Make sure, number one, you understand the problem. Just understand the problem. Just make sure every day you understand the problem, every day you are reading the problem, every day you're learning the problem. Second thing, the one exercise I do means every day, whenever I work all these things, then first few days are very hard, because to understand that problem and really make it, that problem should come in my, it should be on top of my head. So how I do is, I basically do this, this exercise. Let's say I close my eyes. Let's say this is the apple. But when I close my eyes, I can still see the apple, because the image of this apple is basically on top of my head, because what I see, my eyes, that reads from the brain, right? So that's the science about, right? This is science about it, right? We see this specific apple, the image got, develop on your top of head, and then you understand this is apple. Now, if I close my eyes, I still see the apple. So one exercise I do mostly whenever I work in such technical projects, I keep in mind always what the problem we are solving. Always I do every day when I start my project. And second thing, what I say, I close my eyes and see what I see. If I say that, cybersecurity policy framework for AI for any enterprise, let's say we are, the product engineer interns are working on a project, which is GetPost Labs AI cybersecurity framework, right? For that, they have to go through with NIST, they have to go to, cybersecurity principles, they have to understand privacy things, they have to understand, how AI actually being used, like, so they need to understand the problem. But I always say every day, the first point, every day when you start the work, the first thing you ask yourself what we are doing. Then you say, we are developing cyber security framework. We are developing GetPost Labs AI cyber security framework. It's follow NIST standards, Australia cybersecurity standards, and a couple of other standards. And we follow that specific standards along with the requirement which GetPost Labs have. And based on that, we are developing this solution. Whenever every day you start, and this image should come on top of your head, and you should close your eyes. That's how I do. That's how the information retains. And over a period of time, so when we start this project, it becomes clear and clear. So that's my model to explain to everyone. Thank you.